Hello friend, welcome back. I am going to be doing another 10-minute exercise, and if you want to see the exercise that I did the last time, I'm going to link it up in the corner here so that you can check that one out. So this week I'm going to do 3 colors again. So let me show you the colors I'm using. I'm going to use fluorescent magenta. So that's one of them. And that one is very transparent, so you're going to see me add a lot of white to that one. And I'm going to be using blue-green, which you can see that's an opaque color, so I don't have to use as much white to really get that full color. And then we're going to use my favorite yellow, cad yellow medium, another opaque one. I've also got my titanium white. And then we're going to be using, I already took the lid off, we're also going to be using carbon black today. All right, so those are my colors. So 3 colors plus black and white. I've already got my white out here and my 3 colors. I've got some brushes that I'll be using today. So I just grabbed a variety. I mean, you can see this one is very well used. But I wanted to use small because we're going to be working on 6 by 6 inch. This is watercolor paper that it came on a larger sheet like this one here. And I just cut it down. So I've got, I think I got 4 out of each one of these and then some. Okay, so we're going to be working on this today. And actually there's a side that's kind of a bit rougher and a side that's a bit smoother. And I like the smoother side, so I'm going to flip it over to that side. All right, so that's what we're going to be using, and then I've got my mark making tools here, so I'm just going to grab out of here as we get started. Okay, so with that said, I'm ready to dive into this. 10 minutes, and let's see what we can get done in 10 minutes. So let me get this set up here. All right, I've already got it on 10, and I set it at an angle this time because last time my ring light was coming right across it. So all right, let's do this. And start. All right, start with my mark making, which I like to start with a pencil usually. Let's do that. And wow, I've got a lot of blue going on here. So on this layer, I don't care about which colors I pick, even though I've only got these colors over here. This is kind of my fun layer of whatever colors I want. And I tend to put way too much on this little tiny substrate, and I didn't even go off. I like going right off the page too. Let's do some of this lighter blue. Okay, that's total craziness, madness right there. I love it. All right, I'm going to grab a brush. Actually, you know what? Let me grab a slightly larger one for this. Maybe I'll use this one. Okay, go into my black, and of course I picked one where it's starting to come apart. And I'm using very little paint because I want it to dry fast, because I only have 8 minutes and 53 seconds. So I don't want a big glob of black paint on here, but I still want to create that depth into my painting. So I'm going to not put as thick of a layer so that it dries. Okay, I'm going to scratch into that. Now I didn't put gesso down on this paper. Typically I love to put down gesso because then my paint just kind of glides across it and doesn't get absorbed in. I can see this is very much absorbing right into it. All right, dunk that into the water, and let's grab a brush. Oh, let's go a little bit larger here. Okay. And I want to kind of mix my colors right away. Here we go. And let's come in here. So you can tell it's wet. Look at that. It's going to be a little hard to get down some color with it being wet, but I'm going to do my best. Let's see. I'm going to come in with some larger elements right away. Kind of set the groundwork. All right, so that black is still drying. I know that sounded kind of funny. All right, let's go back in here. So I mentioned that the pink is, what did I say it was? Transparent, meaning that, you know, it's going to take a lot more layers to really get a nice solid true color. And so I'm coming back in, or mix it with another color that is opaque, and that's going to get you there a bit faster. Okay, let's come in with maybe some circles. I'm feeling like this brush is way too big, but I just wanted to kind of kick start with it. And then I'm going to switch it out now to a smaller brush, because again, we're working on very little space here. All right, you know what, let me go with this. This is really tiny. And now typically I like to just work with warm colors and then cool colors, but because this is timed and I don't have a whole lot of time, I'm going to jump right in. And now we've got, I love this, mixing my own greens. Ooh, it's kind of like fluorescent green. Beautiful. Let's come over here. All right, 6 minutes to go. I feel like I'm not moving quite so fast. Okay, I don't want it to be the same size as those, so let's make these a little bit bigger. But yet not, I don't want to mimic what I have below. I want variety, right? So I don't want to mimic any shapes or colors that I already have. There we go. And my paper is curling a little bit, and that's okay. I just kind of turn it the other way and uncurl it. All right, let's do some filling in right away, because again, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to just move right through. Now, why do I like to do this exercise? I love this exercise because it doesn't give me a whole lot of time to think. It helps me stay loose. I really feel like I've been forcing myself to think about staying loose. And I know it seems like that should come naturally, but it doesn't. I tend to tighten up, especially when I'm working small. I tend to, you know, almost hold my brush like it's a pencil, and I'm trying to make these perfect marks. And I love this exercise because I don't have enough time to think, and so I just put down paint and I stay loose that way. Let's see if we come in here. What if I mix those two together? Let's see what we're going to get. Beautiful. Where am I going to put that though? Ooh, look at that gorgeous color. Are you guys like me, loving to make your own colors? Oh, that's just part of the fun of creating, is making our own colors as we go. At least it is for me. All right, I'm kind of working the side of this brush. You know, I'm not coming in and making these perfect marks, but rather just throwing it on there. All right, now I do want to scratch in a little bit, so let's go right over everything I just did. Add some craziness to this. I love it. Look at that. So this, oh my God, I don't have a lot of time, but I just have to show you that yummy line that came through from my layer underneath. That's the Neocolor 2. Isn't that just delicious? All right, let's come in here. And I love layering. Let's see, okay, I've got 3 minutes, not a whole lot of time to layer. Let's come in with some lighter values. Let me clean off my brush. Okay, so I want just a little bit of color on my brush. Ooh, I think that's too much. Okay, lighter values. Where can I come in with some lighter values? I've got the dark values already happening. I've got large elements, small, medium size, but I definitely need some light coming through. Maybe down in here. Kind of started to do it over here. Okay, see, I think bringing in white just immediately makes a difference. Okay, I didn't want to cover up that orange line because I do love that. And that brings me to talk about, when you're creating like this and you see something you love, I know the first instinct is to just say, oh, no, 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 I got to keep that line, or I got to keep that because I just love it. But often what happens, and I know that this has been my experience, is that when you fall in love with something too early, you are going to have a hard time getting through that painting, because now you're suddenly trying to work around just that little area, and it's hard to make the rest of the painting work around just that one little tiny area. So if you're really in love with one little part of your painting, I would say take a photo of it. You can refer back to it later, you can stare at it later, you can ooh and ah over it later, but give yourself the opportunity to get through that painting by painting over it. All right, I've got a minute and a half. Let me think here. What else can I do that is going to add to it? Wow, I put out way too much paint, as is typical of me. I worry more about running out of paint than I do wasting any paint. I'll do something with that later. Let me add some. I'm trying to balance this, but yet I didn't want it to be the exact same color. Let me come back in. Okay, I've got less than a minute. I'm gonna hit this with the dryer, and I want to come in with some mark making. So how about this pencil and an orange one? What else do I have? Maybe a Stabilo. Okay, 30 seconds. All right, cheer me on here, folks. Let's just add some final mark making. Okay, that 10 minutes goes by way too fast. And I know my paint is still kind of wet over here, but let's do what I can. I'm going to do some scribbles through here, keeping it loose, keeping it loose. And what else? Oh, I've got 5 seconds. I can't even find a color in 5 seconds. All right, just a few marks. Okay, pencils down, right? Okay, so 10 minutes went by super fast. I feel like it went faster than last time I did this. All right, so let's look at this piece that I created in 10 minutes. Staying loose, trying not to overthink it, but I'm trying to, as the same time that I'm trying not to overthink it, I'm thinking about the elements of design. So thinking about, large elements, small elements, balancing it, adding in interesting colors, but not just colors, but values. So that's why I came in with those lighter values, but you can still see a little bit poking through of what I had underneath. So then coming through and doing that final mark making, a little bit more intentional, although my scribbles were definitely not intentional. They were just, scribbled through. Let's see, what else can I say about this piece? So I am happy with this larger element here, but it kind of competes with this. Yes and no. They're both on the bottom half, so they're kind of joined together in a sense. These marks kind of competing with these because they are in similar colors. So I would change out those colors, and I would probably change out this one because I've got this that balances this over here. All right, so I've got these pinkish colors which really dominate the piece. I've got a little bit poking through over here. So I think that's okay. I mean, does it balance it? Not really, but does it need to? Not really. I like the orange marks that I came in on the top here. I don't have a whole lot of orange other than a little bit peeking through over here from an earlier layer. Let's see, what else can I say about this? I do love the scribbles, okay? I love scribbles. I probably would have erased back just a little bit, but my paint is still wet, so I don't think I could have done that. All right, let me show you this, and then I'm gonna just do just a couple of little things so I can show you what more you can do, after you're done with your 10-minute exercise. All right, so let's come up close. There, you can see all my scribbles there. I've got a few layers going on in that area. And then here, that was my mark making that I came in at the very end. It went right through that wet paint, but left a little bit of color behind. And then here, that orange is from the first layer that I scratched into. So let's move through here. Okay, that orange, oh, it's just divine to me. I love that. Okay, coming across here. And in here, I kind of scratched into some of that wet paint. This is the Stabilo crayon, the orange marks here. All right, so what I would like to do, I kind of mentioned it already, which is I'm going to take out this color because I've already got it over here. So let's just do a couple of minor things. We're not on the clock now, which is perfectly fine. And, you know, with each one of these, we learn something. And so and we can sit back and just kind of look at it and evaluate it a bit. So I would like to come in, and here I am, I'm holding it like a pencil, but I don't want to do that because I want to stay loose still. So let me just come in here. I'm holding it further back, you know, closer to the tip, so I have less control over it, so I can continue that kind of loose feeling. All right, so, but I had these orange marks here, so maybe that wasn't the best color. Let me make that more yellowish. Let's come back in again. Yeah, it's even closer. Might even be closer to that one. So it's not quite what I was looking for there. What other color could I have done? Let's see. I've got the pink happening down here, so I don't want this to be pink. I don't know if I could have done another one. Let me see. I'm going to look at it through here. It's okay. I just feel like it's too close to this. So this is kind of the thought process that I go through when I'm doing my artwork is, you know, trying to figure out what's working and what's not working. All of these pencil marks are not working for me, so this is a little bit drier. So I'm just going to erase a few of them back. See, I love the craziness of it and the looseness, but yet I don't like it to be too much. I felt like that was a little too much in that area. Okay, the other thing I would want to, you know, work on here is I feel like these colors are just way too close. So let me come in here. This is now more of a green because I left that color that I had on here. And let's just go over it. But I'm leaving a little bit of it still showing. Now that is very similar to this color. So this is the process I go through, you know. Now this is too close to that color. Do I want to change that color? Do I want to keep it? I like this greenish color, so let me see if I can bring some of that in. So that was yellow with a little bit, oh, well, it's right here. It's not quite it, but it's close. But I don't want it to be exactly, right? We want it to be just slightly different. And I'm just going to leave some of that other color. Okay, so I like that because now it doesn't blend with that. Although these circles are very similar to this color, I don't want to come in with green because then it would be too close to that color. What color should I bring in? Maybe I do the orange. Maybe I just grab the Stabilo Woody and I'm just going to do it this way. And you can just rub that out with your finger. It looks more like it's been painted on when you do that. So, okay, so now we've got that color in several areas. Do I like it? Do I not like it? I haven't quite decided. But I do like this better so that it's not so matchy-matchy with this. And I do like this corner, but I feel like it needs one more layer. And of course, you know, when we're working this fast, I don't have time to do all the layers that I like to do. So let me just come in here. And, okay, I like that. I like that color a little bit more. Okay. All right, so let's see. What else can I do here that's really, you know, that I can do quickly, that's standing out? You know, I would probably come in and go over the white one more time to lighten it just a little bit more. I do like this lemony yellow down here. Maybe bring back in a little bit more of that. Let's see if I can. I'm going to have to wash out my brush. And let's just go with that yellow and some white. And I do like that, but I feel like it just needs another layer of it. We'll just let it crawl over that way. Okay, so I don't want to come in and overkill. This is an exercise where I'm just having fun, I'm staying loose, and I don't want to, overwork the whole piece. So, maybe I just call it done at this point and just say my exercise is done. I wasn't expecting to create a masterpiece, but I just want to keep learning about, what I like, what I don't like. I keep staring at this. These shapes and these shapes are just too similar in size for me, so that's kind of bothering me. But I'm going to have to let it go, and I'm going to call this exercise done. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you tried this exercise, because I've already done one like this that I linked up in this upper corner for you already. And I'll have it down below the video as well if you want to check that out. Let me know if you like doing this exercise. I heard from several of you last time that you did like this exercise and to do more of them. So today I'm doing another one for you. If I continue to hear from you that you like this exercise, I will continue, continue to do them, because personally I think they're a lot of fun and I really enjoy them. And while I'm at it, let me just show you the one that I did last time. Okay, which way did it go? I think it went this way. This way? No, I think it was this way. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember now. Well, it went one of these ways. Anyway, check out the video for this one. Okay, thanks for being here, and real quick, if you're interested in my online course, I've got a special coupon code for you. Just use the coupon code YouTube and leave me a comment down below if you are interested, and I'll send you the link. Otherwise, the link is right under this video. Okay, have a super fabulous and creative day. Chat with you soon. See ya.